Hello, good evening, and welcome to part 5 of this Starsector Let's Play series. We are playing as a pirate captain, and we are currently on approach to the station we recently conquered. This is locale habitat, originally held by Persean League. We conquered it last session, along with a few other Persean League stations, and we will be trying to continue our war today. Right now we're just selling off some arms on the black market. And we do have to be a little bit careful because if we sell too many things like that on the black market, it may fuel rebellion in this station, and we don't want that. We found an officer who, although he has a reckless personality, if we mentor him, we will be able to switch that down to aggressive, which we like. And we will also increase his gunnery skills to elite. This will increase our fleet's ECM rating, which should increase our weapon range in comparison to our enemies. And in order to take full advantage of that, we're going to move him out of this Falcon and stick him in a frigate, which will raise that ECM rating to 6%. And we can see here the result of our previous battle to take over this station. I can see we lost 12 Marines and 6 heavy armaments, but I can also see that the pirates now have 11 markets. In the Persean League, only 10, so we are winning this war. So we're going to have a quick look at our contacts. We have a potential very high importance tritachyon military contact here. And we did make a bit of a mistake because we spent a story point to suspend the low importance tritac contact where we could have just removed him for free. We also have a couple of crew members who are officer promotion candidates. We will promote the aggressive one. It will cost us a story point, but we can put him into our Heron carrier, and that should increase its performance. We can hire 2 more officers at the moment, and a couple of our current officers can be leveled up, and we will get to that at some point. Right now though, I think we will just repair and then we will leave the station. And I think our next target is going to be in the Myasura system. There is one tritac world which we'll leave for the moment, and we will try to invade and take over the Persean League world. Now we are being pursued by this little patrol, and I think we'll actually just let them catch us so that we can destroy them. So we're not going to turn on our transponder. We will pursue them, but I think we'll order our second in command to deal with this. He needs the experience, and we'll just send a couple of Medusas after them. I think that will be more than enough. Pick up a few supplies and a bit of fuel. And as you can see, we are still getting pirate bounties, and we're also getting an additional relationship with Hegemony because they don't like the Persean League at the moment. But here comes a special task group. Looks like they're coming in to try and take back the station. We don't want to mess with them, so I'm going to transverse jump out. The good thing is that that fleet may be able to destroy the Star Fortress protecting locale habitat, but unless they've got the Marines, they won't be able to invade. So we're just going to shoot off and try and take another of their stations away from them. We're actually almost headed into the wrong system there, so we're just going to cancel that and continue on our way. You can see a smuggler here, and they may be carrying a valuable amount of recreational drugs, so we'll take them on. But again, I think we'll order our second in command to take it on. I think you've probably seen enough of me taking on little smugglers like this, and with my fleet as it is, I don't want to waste too much time, but we did get quite a good haul from them. 200 recreational drugs and almost 100 organs. Coming into Myasura now. And we've dropped in right next to the tritac world, which was a bit of a mistake, but they don't seem to mind. So we will have a look and see what we can get from their station. We're going to pick up more Marines to replace the ones we lost in battle. See if they have any good ships. They do have a Nebula, which is a useful ship for us right now because it means we can carry more Marines. And more Marines means more invasions, and more invasions means more war spoils, so that's all good. We're just going to fit out this Nebula with insulated engines, militarized subsystems, and an unstable injector to make it as fast as possible. It can't really defend itself anyway, so there's not a lot of point putting any weapons on it. And we're not going to raid the tritacs, we want to try and keep them reasonably happy for the moment. We will head after this Persean League world and see if we can take it on. So we'll just have a look in the bar, see if there's any good missions. There's an arms dealer who is selling Hyperions and monitors, so we're going to buy one of each of them. Hyperions are ultra expensive, very powerful frigates, and monitors are great defensive frigates. We tried to get one before, but it was demodded to hell. So there are no military targets for us to bombard tactically. They don't seem to have a star fortress, so we can go straight ahead with the invasion. And we will... So they only have 2 sectors, a farming area and a spaceport, so we will take our marines and split them between the two. We should be able to send 3 companies to each, and that should be more than enough to take it over. Okay, there we go. Is it worth spending any additional resources? Probably not. I think we've got way more than they have defenders, so we will just orbit around for a day or so, see how long this takes. There's a mercantile convoy carrying heavy armaments, ship hulls and supplies, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And the battle has been won. We've taken over a Persean League world. We will immediately take our war spoils, get our marines back, and we'll sell some of this straight away on the black market. We can get rid of the domestic goods, food, metals. We'll keep the luxury goods for now. We can probably get a better price for that somewhere else. But we're also going to talk to the new port boss of this new pirate market, and we're going to deliver him some supplies and some heavy armaments, and that should help him to crush any rebellions that may occur and try and keep it under our control. So we're going to head back to Thulian Raider base in the Thule system, and I think we can get a good price for these recreational drugs we're carrying so that we can clear our cargo holds. We have a fleet pursuing us. Looks like this is a Persean League vengeance fleet, so we're going to get the hell away from them as quick as we can. And we do have this mercantile convoy, which we tagged because I think it would be a worthwhile target. If we see it, we'll go after it. There's another Persean League detachment here. They're pursuing one of our pirate convoys. I think we'll steer clear of them for the moment. There's a mercantile convoy there, but that's not the one we're looking for. And while we're waiting for that convoy to launch, we will go ahead and pop into Captain Starworks in the Isaiah system. Just quickly pick up some supplies, fuel, and see if they have any good jobs for us. It has now launched, so we probably timed that pretty badly, but we may still be able to catch it. So we will just have a look at the prices here. Thulian Raider base is a good place to sell drugs, and they have some cheap armaments, so we'll buy them. We'll pick up the extra drugs they have on offer here, pick up some supplies and some fuel and some marines. And actually the armaments are so cheap here right now that we're going to spend the tariffs and buy some of this on the regular market. Do they have any good ships? There's a Pirate Falcon, but it's demodded, so we will leave that one. We'll have a look in the bar and see if there's any jobs going. This guy wants me to supply him with some supplies, which we already have. And we have a couple of contacts here, so we'll pick up a pirate bounty. I'm not going to take on 3 conquests yet. Don't think we're quite ready for that, but we can certainly take on this trade fleet. So we've only got 30 days, we'll have to get a move on. And we're going to have another quick look in locale habitat, see if we can do anything there. We will continue to pick up marines. We can sell some organs here for a good price. And actually we can sell quite a lot of this fuel here for quite a good price. And pick up some cheaper stuff elsewhere. And the same for supplies. Supplies are going at 4 times their regular price here. So I'm going to sell off a bunch of these. Although not on the black market, I'm going to sell it on the pirate market. Because I think if I sell too much stuff on the black market, it will fuel rebellion. And we do not want this station to rebel. So we'll sell 500 supplies. And I'm going to talk to the port boss here as well, because there is a rebellion problem, and we can deliver them some supplies, some heavy armaments, and maybe a couple of 100 marines. Yeah, I think that should do. Could purchase a governorship here, but to be honest, I'm quite happy just flying around, conquering these worlds and handing them over to local port bosses. I don't want to get ideas above my station, and I'm a pirate, not an administrator. I don't want to deal with any of that kind of stuff just yet. So we're going to head into Thule to sell off some of the drugs we've got. And we're also going to deliver these supplies. Okay, now the mercantile convoy is launched. We'll see, that might be the same one on its way back. But for now we're going to sell off, I think, all of these drugs. Yeah, gives us a nice profit. And we'll pick up some more armaments and some more marines. And we're basically trying to make sure that we are ready to invade any planet we come across. Supplies are a lot cheaper here, so we'll pick some up to replace the ones we sold. We will deliver the supplies for the mission we had. And we will jump out. So I think we probably missed the convoy that we were looking for. But we might just hover around here for a minute and see if it turns up. There's a scavenger fleet. And another special task group. We definitely want to keep avoiding those. Yeah, we probably have missed this convoy, but that's okay. They come along pretty regularly. What do we have here? Another scavenger returning, and a scavenger returning to a Tri-Tech world. I'm actually going to take this on, and the reason I'm going to take this on is I was thinking the other day that these scavenger fleets may be returning to the core with blueprints or high technology stuff, basically stuff they may have found by exploring. So if we can take them on and steal it, we might find some useful blueprints or useful weapons, or I don't know. Let's have a look. So this is going to be an easy fight, but we'll speed it up. And we are piloting our Sunder. I'm just sending in frigates and destroyers with a couple of carriers to support. And we're going to try to take out their escorts nice and quickly. There's a vigilance here and a kite. Nice easy targets. They have a Gemini. I think the hammerhead's already been destroyed. Yes, it has. This kite is not going to last very long. And I think that's their whole fleet. Oh, there's one more on the left hand side. We'll just focus fire on them. And we'll send our Tempests after this Hound. Hounds are fast, but not as fast as Tempests. Especially with their drones. We will pursue their freighters. And cut them off with our Tempests. Make sure we're on full assault. And these guys are going to go down nice and quickly. Okay, let's see what they had. Nothing useful. Okay, well, it's worth a shot. Now, is this the one? No, that's an invasion fleet. That's probably going to be going after the station we just conquered. There's another mercantile convoy, but it's not the one we were looking for. Now, is it worth taking on this invasion fleet? I think it might be. If we can kill it now, then it won't be able to attack our station. So this will be a bit more of a serious fight. So we're going to have to think about this. We're going to take in one Falcon, a bunch of destroyers, carriers, and some Tempests. They actually have tried to run away from us, so this is a pursuit. I would have thought they would have turned to face us, but apparently not. So they have a Venture, some freighters, champion. Champions are heavy cruisers and can be dangerous, but I think against the number of ships we are deploying, we should be pretty safe. They also have a Heron, which is a dangerous carrier. Our Afflictor is torpedoing it at the moment, and our Tempests are backing him up. He looks pretty dead in the water, and his fighters seem not to be defending him. So we're going to come in and just help them out. Not sure why this Sunder next to us is not attacking a bit more quickly, but he's taking out a freighter. I'm going to come in with our antimatter blasters and a Reaper. Probably a second Reaper is a little bit of an overkill. And I think this champion is the only dangerous ship left, so we will focus fire on it. Let's see what our Afflictor can do. It's going to try and get behind it. And fire its iron cannons into the engine. The AI generally knows how to pilot Afflictors quite well. You can see it flying around, just being a nuisance. So we will try and kill off the rest of these ships nice and quickly. There's a Vigilance in a moment. They are both retreating. I'm just going to speed this up a bit. It's just a Venture and I think one frigate left. We will go down and help. Oh, I don't think we actually need to. So that was not too difficult. And we got some nice armaments out of that. Don't think it's worth going after these mercantile convoys. They're not carrying anything too valuable. So it does look like the Persean League is trying to re-invade Olinado in the Kamari-Kandan system. I'm not entirely sure if that was the invasion fleet we just destroyed or if there's another one on its way. Here we see a Luddic Church Faithful convoy carrying heavy armaments, and they have an Atlas, which means they may have a huge amount of heavy armaments. So I think we will take them on. Again, this is going to be a nice easy fight. They have a couple of Dominators and an Enforcer, but the rest of it's just freighters. So we're going to go in with Sunders, Medusas, Tempests, and our Heron. And we will speed this one up too. So let's see how quickly we can take these guys on. Enemy Lash are being engaged by fighters. Tempests kind of blocking their retreat path. We'll do some damage on this Atlas, but I think we'll leave the rest of that to our buddies. We're going to avoid the Dominator for now. Make sure the Tempests are finishing off all these guys. We'll kill the Buffalo Combat Freighter and the regular Buffalo. And now they've got nowhere to go. This Enforcer can be dangerous, so we're going to be careful. He's now taken down. This Mule has a bit of resistance, but then he goes down, and now we can destroy these Dominators. Make sure we don't get overloaded. We'll just do some hit and run attacks. One down. Get behind him. And just let them do their thing. Dominator down. Let's see what they had. Okay, so unfortunately their Atlas was carrying a mass load of ore and only 30 or 40 heavy armaments, so not the best haul. But these kind of fights, they just keep our pilots on their toes. Make sure they're all nice and fresh. So we're going to drop into the system just to make sure Olinado is not being invaded. And we can also sell off this ore and pick up some additional fuel and supplies. We're running a bit low on both. Managed to miss that planet entirely there. Now it does say that the invasion is still in progress, so it may be that they're on their way. But we will pick up some cheap armaments, pick up some marines, some fuel, and some supplies. I'm even going to pay the tariffs here because this is the pirate world. We don't mind spending a little bit of tariffs. We'll sell off the ore. Now there may be an invasion fleet on its way, but I don't really want to wait around for it. They're going to have a lot of marines to take the planet itself, so there's been a rebellion at Marath, and they have launched a suppression fleet to try to put down that rebellion. Looks like the rebels have managed to disrupt our farming, but that's okay, we can deal with that. Have a look at the Melodic Path world, just see if they've got anything we want. A few marines, a few supplies, a bit of fuel, a few more weapons. We'll do a raid just to get some more armaments. And I think I managed to forget to take those armaments, which was a bit foolish. So I would like to invade Kazaron in the Thule system, but they have a high-tech fortress, and I think currently that would just destroy my entire fleet. So we're going to head west to Tyre instead and take on the 2 stations the Persean League have in that system. And jumping out, we can see an unidentified fleet intercepting me, and I have no idea who they are. They look like pirates, so I think we'll just avoid them. There's another salvage fleet there. I'm not too sure why that fleet was intercepting me. Looks like they've just engaged a bounty hunter. We dropped some ore here earlier. I'm not going to bother picking that up again. There's another scavenger fleet. And another bounty hunter. Looks like they're chasing after that pirate fleet. Maybe it was a rival pirate, I guess. Jealous of my success. So let's head into Tile. And there are 2 Persean League stations here. We'll go after Cibola first. Right, so we will launch a raid. Pick up some fuel because we're a bit low. That was a pretty good haul. Okay. And then we will leave and just wait a day for our marines to refresh themselves. There are fleets coming in to pursue me, but we should be able to take this station out before they get here. So there's one station, they have no support. And this is, I think, a mid-tech station. Shouldn't be too much trouble. They don't have the drones and mines that the high-tech stations have, because those are the things that really kill me. So we are piloting our specialized Falcon for cracking stations. It has 4 Typhoon Reaper launchers, so we can launch 4 Reapers at once. And 4 Reapers should be enough to overload any single part of a station. It should also be enough to destroy any unshielded part. So enemy fighters coming in to engage us. Tempest doing their work. And we will put in an eliminate order and get everyone to attack this thing as quick as possible. Now it's going to have a lot of beam weapons, but they take time to do their damage, so it should be okay. I'm sending in my Saber missiles, and then the first Reaper volley comes in and overloads it. Also overloaded me as well. I think I got some of the backlash of that. Torpedoes going in from the dagger fighters of the Heron. The little side parts of the station are going down. We can send in another volley of Reapers. 2, 3, 4. Overloaded again. This side is now, what, on 30% health? Just waiting for our torpedo tubes to reload. And we'll send another volley in. 1, 2. Oh, I think we got a little bit spun around there. First half is destroyed. More sabres go in. And the station's down. We lost an omen, but we can recover it. A few supplies, a few weapons. We will do a tactical bombardment. And then we will invade. Looks like there's a vengeance fleet coming after me, but they're going to be too late. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sectors here. Let's try and get this done as quick as we can. So we will send the majority of our forces in to attack the ground defense sector first. If we can overrun that, I think we will be all good. Now, it is a bit fiddly and a bit time consuming doing these invasions. I would imagine this will get streamlined at some point. And I'm not too sure why we can only send in some of our forces at once. I'm sure there's some sort of mechanic behind that, but it's not too well explained. So these fleets are coming in to try to defend the station, but really there's not much they can do. They're all just too small. So the ground defense has been overrun. We will now send in the rest of our forces to kind of spread out and try and take the other 4 sectors as quickly as possible. We've got light industry, mining, refining, and the spaceport. We can't attack the spaceport yet. Let's wait another day, and we are now out of supplies. I think we had to do quite a lot of repairs after taking on that station. We can now move a couple of companies into the spaceport to try to take that over, and that should be enough. One more we can put in here. Wait another day. This fleet is challenging us. We will pursue them and send our second in command with a couple of destroyers after them. And we do need to do this quite quickly because we're running low on combat readiness and we don't want to get jumped by a bigger fleet. 4 out of 5 sectors have been overrun. It's just a spaceport left. We'll send in one more company. Oh, why not 2? I think one more day should do it. Hey, another market in the pirate hands. Let's dock. Pick up our spoils of war and pick up our marines, and then we will sell. What was that? Mostly ore we picked up. Quite a lot of ore. And we're going to need to buy some supplies. And we'll get some fuel as well. Repair our ships, and we will deliver some supplies and some heavy armaments and some marines to the port boss just to make sure he can crush any rebellions that may occur. So there is a second Persean League station in this system. I think we will go after that immediately and see if we can have a bit of a 1-2 punch. There's a detachment coming in. I think we can take it on. We're not going to turn our transponder on. We will pursue them. And we'll take command. So once again we're going to avoid the Dominator, leave it till last. The primary target for me is this Griffin missile cruiser, because they carry a large missile mount, and large missiles can be pretty dangerous, so we're going to try and take him on as quick as we can. This Tempest is going to go down. Our Tempests are killing this Griffin very quickly. They're not that durable. But as I say, they can be dangerous. We're going to move in on this Gemini. Try and chain gun it to death. He actually fires a Reaper at us, which does overload us, and then the Dominator gets a couple of good hits on us with his rockets. So we just back off, and then we will move in when we have some support. The main problem there was I forgot to take off the avoid order, so no one wanted to come and attack it with me. Gemini goes down. I'm firing a bunch of sabers at this Dominator, and then I will help finish off the Venture, which has a monstrous amount of armor, but otherwise it's a pretty crap ship. Dominator goes down. We'll salvage what we can from them, and then we will head on and see if we can take on this other station. Now this station is actually a pretty dangerous one, so I may have to wait and come back once I've got a slightly larger fleet. I think I've lost fleets to these stations before, and I don't think I'm quite ready to take it on. We will do a raid and get a hell of a lot of supplies out of it though. But yeah, I think we'll have to just delay that for a while. And there is a special task group coming in, so I'm going to have to just escape for now, I think. I'm not 100% sure his intentions. Oh, there he goes. Alright, we're going to burn away, because we don't want to tangle with a fleet this size. Not just yet. However, we did get such a good haul from that last raid that I think it might be worth seeing if we can do another one. Even with this fleet hovering around, if we can avoid it. If we can steal another 1,000 supplies, then I think that will be worth it. And now the Vengeance fleet has been launched from Yesod, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. And if we can destroy this communications array, we may be able to pull some of these patrols away from the station, allow us to slip in. Not right now though, because we're being tracked by this picket. I think we'll order our second in command to destroy them and pick out a little bit of their salvage. And then can we come in here now? Yes we can. We'll salvage this. Let's see if that attracts any patrols. Well, they know we're here, but they're too scared of me to do anything, so we will pop into the station again. And now it looks like the Persean League are immediately going to try and take back Cibola. They have an invasion fleet on its way. Whether they'll have enough marines to actually take the planet is a different question. Now at this point, I noticed something very strange. It seems our relationship with the pirate faction has gone from cooperative 100 to -53 hostile. I'm not too sure why that happened. I've been back and had a look, and I can't see that I've done anything. I didn't raid any pirate planets, I didn't attack any pirate fleets. We seem to have lost 150 relations with the pirates. Okay, that raid was definitely worth it. We got another 1,500 supplies. But that is bugging me. I don't know why my relationship with the pirates dropped so much, and that does make it a lot more difficult for us to continue on our current mission. We won't be able to help pirates out in any fleet battles because they won't let us join, and we won't be able to, we'll be able to take planets and invade stations, but we won't be able to hand them over to our pirate faction. We're also no longer getting a commission from the pirate faction. See, there's a fight going on here. I won't be able to join it. Neither faction will allow me to join in. So I think we're just going to leave this system. And really what we're going to have to do is try and build up our rep again. So we're going to have to go and meet up with our contacts and get some jobs. Which kind of sucks, but if they're fun jobs, it shouldn't be a big problem. And we do have quite a few pirate contacts, so hopefully we can get this rep back up again nice and quickly. You see, this pirate trade convoy is actually running from us because they think we're hostile. We're not hostile. I wonder if we broke the code somewhere. The pirate code. Well, hopefully we can get into Canny and get some jobs. I'm just gonna do a bit of trading. Get some fuel. We're actually very low on fuel. So do they have any good jobs? This guy wants to sell me some ore. Happy to do that. This guy wants me to smuggle some drugs. Very happy to do that. Let's have a look at our contacts, see if they got any work for us. Spy sat deployment. We can steal a military ship. It's a venture, which is a load of rubbish, but we'll do it anyway, just to get the rep. We'll buy some security codes for the same reason, even though we don't need them. And we will accept the mission to deliver this spy sat. I don't really like spy sat missions, but we can always just head out with an afflictor or a couple of shepherds or something to do that. Another military ship we can steal, we'll do that just for the rep. Buy some military arms. Ooh. So this guy is selling some excellent looking ships. We could buy an Onslaught. But I think I'm more tempted by a Doom. I've wanted a Doom since the beginning of this playthrough. It's one of my favourite ships. And if we get a Doom, we'll also be able to get something else. Quite tempted by a Revenant. Also quite tempted by a Phantom. So a Revenant is a phase fuel tender, and a Phantom is a phase cargo ship. If we get one or both of them, that will reduce the radar signature of our fleet and make us more sneaky. On the other hand, I would quite like a Monitor, and I would quite like a Valkyrie. We've already ordered a Monitor. I'm going to get a second one, and the Valkyrie will allow us to deploy more Marines, and they'll be more effective at ground battles. So I think that's also worth it. We'll take another spy sat mission. And as you can see, the pirates are not happy with us at the moment, so we can't get our commission back, which is kind of irritating. We'll sell off the ore that we bought. Don't want to be carrying that around. And I'm going to pay for storage, and I'm just going to store all these weapons and cargo and everything, and we can store all our ships. I do wish there was a button to do kind of store all or take all, but I've never been able to find one. So we're just going to take a couple of shepherds, and we will sell these two ventures that we stole. And the reason we're doing this is the two shepherds are very small, sneaky little ships. We'll make sure that they've got insulated engines on. They do. And we're going to use this tiny mini fleet to deliver those spy sats. We're also going to take a couple more skills. I'm going to go with reliability engineering, which will increase combat readiness across the board. And then do we want makeshift equipment, which will reduce supply costs? No, I think actually I'm going to go for containment procedures, which will reduce fuel costs. And the main reason we're going to do that is because it will allow us to use the emergency burn feature without reducing combat readiness. And I think as pirates, being able to emergency burn out of situations without the supply cost that usually occurs will be a benefit. So we can't do any attacking right now. We've only got two shepherds, little drone tender ships. They're very good in the early game for harassing and all that kind of stuff, but I think I will be selling them quite soon because they're no longer going to be much use for us. However, they are quite handy if you want to sneak in somewhere and still be able to carry a little bit of cargo. So there are two spy sats we've been asked to deploy at this one station. There are special task groups flying around. At least at the moment we can't lose a huge amount if they do catch us, because we're not running our full fleet. There's 1, 2, 3 big patrols here, plus the station. I can see the two deployment points for these spy satellites. Let's see if we can get in there. We're going to have to be ultra sneaky. Hopefully they will wander around a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4 big patrols now. I guess we could try and take out this comm relay. That might drag them away to investigate. But actually they're too close to the station, so it's not really going to help that much. What we might do instead is nip over and destroy the sensor array. I think the quickest way to do that would be to transverse jump out, travel through hyperspace, drop in near the sensor array, and then do the same thing in reverse. And hopefully we can avoid the patrols that come and investigate. So we'll jump in at this fringe jump point. We'll come over here and we will sabotage this sensor array, which will also reduce their sensor radius. So we should be able to get closer to them without them noticing us. We're going to have to drop some of this metal, that's fine. And 1 transphotonics. And if we immediately jump out and jump in near the station, maybe not that close, it looks like this fleet's right outside there. So we'll jump in here, I don't know who that is coming in, but they didn't see us. And now if we head to the station, we're going to keep an eye on our radar to make sure we don't get caught by these patrols. I can see 1 on the left, there it is. 2, 3, alright, so it looks like 3 of them are going to go off and investigate that. And there's 1 big patrol left, 2, and a small picket. Is this going to be possible? Oh, pretty close, pretty close. At least the 2 spy sat points are now closer together. One other thing we can do is allow them to notice us. Oh, he's just pinged us, so that might be out of our hands now. But now, see, we've gone dark and he's shot off north, thinking that's where we are. We can do the same thing with this patrol. Yeah, just like that, he's pinged us as well. So he's going to head off north. We can just give him the slip. And you can see how small their sensor radius is, because we're so sneaky. And we can come in here while they're executing their search pattern, and we can drop 1 spy satellite and drop the second one. There's a mercantile convoy there which we can't attack, unfortunately, but we can drop into the station. But as we were fighting quite recently near here, we cannot do any trading or raiding because we don't have any marines. So we will break down this communications relay just to grab the salvage. We'll have to drop some of it, but that's fine. I think we'll have to drop some supplies actually. Okay, well, that was pretty successful. You see our monthly expenses now is 37,000 roughly, because we're no longer getting a stipend from our pirate bosses, so luckily we do have the cash reserves to cover that expense for a long time, but we want to be making money, not spending money. Okay, let's see if we can go and get a couple more jobs. Okay, we come back into Canny. We will talk to our contact again. So he wants me to rescue a prisoner. 450 marines needed, we can do that. He also wants me to deliver some heavy armaments, we can also do that. There's a second contact here, which I think we forgot to ask the first time around. Now this prison break, he's going to pay us 200,000 credits for it, but we need 2,500 marines, which we don't have. We're going to accept the mission anyway, because if we fail it, we only lose 1, I think maybe, or 2 influence. And if we can find the marines, it would be pretty good payday. So let's take back all our ships. You can listen to the sped up music while we organise this. I'm also going to sell the 2 shepherds. I don't think we really need them anymore, and they're just costing us supplies and fuel. So pick up all our cargo, all the weapons we had. Although actually I'm going to change my mind immediately and I'm going to drop the weapons. And the reason we're going to do that is because we've ordered some new ships that will be delivered to this station, and I think we will want those weapons to refit ships, and there's no point carrying them around. If we can leave them here and come back and get them later, it will give us more cargo hold space in case we see anything we want to steal. Now it looks like the station we conquered in Mayasura has been taken back, but by Tritac, not by the Persean League, so I'm not too upset about that right now. We can deal with the Tritac later, as long as the Persean League are getting damaged, and hopefully they will hinder their ability to build fleets if we take enough of their stations, and then we can try and wipe them out completely. And there's a mercantile convoy carrying an atlas. So I'm going to take them on. But this is going to be a nice easy fight. So do we want to let our second in command? No, I think we'll take this one ourselves. But we will speed it up. So we'll take all 4 Sunders, Tempests, and I think that'll do. Let's see how quickly we can destroy these guys. That's 1, 2 already down. Tempest's going to try and take on the Falcon that's apparently running away, not trying to protect his freighters, which is not very good. I just got overloaded by a bunch of torpedoes and now I'm being chased by fighters, so I might need to get some guys to come and help me out. Mule goes down. Colossus freighter goes down. This wolf is trying to run. But high-tech frigates are closing in, and there he goes. Ah, they weren't carrying very much, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, it's always fun to take on these little fleets, even if they're not carrying much. It is a mercantile convoy carrying heavy armaments. I think we will take this one on as well. Is he going to run from us? Yes, he is. But he's not fast enough. This one I think we will allow our 2 IC to take charge of. And we'll just send in some frigates and destroyers. And a couple of mules. Okay, looks like that was pretty comprehensive. Hey, we got some heavy armaments there. So we'll drop some metal and some domestic goods and some ore. We've got 3,000 supplies. We'll have to drop a little bit of that too. But that's going to keep us going for quite a long time. And we are apparently gaining relationship and money from the Persean League, even though they hate us because we just destroyed a hegemony convoy. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would they be paying us money? They hate us just as much as the hegemony. I guess the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay, so we need to deliver some recreational drugs to Ankara, this hegemony world. Now there are patrols hovering around, so we might have to do our standard tactic to try to drag them away, because with a fleet this large it's going to be hard to sneak in. If we take out this relay, hopefully we can distract these patrols for a few seconds. Okay, and now are they going to come down and investigate? I think they are. Oh, alright, we were a bit slow there. I didn't realise we only had a day or so left, so we've actually failed that mission and reduced our relationship even further with the pirates. But we are making slow progress, and we will get it back, I promise. Okay, one of our officers wants me to convince her to extend her contract. Okay, fine, we'll do that. Let's see if they have any useful things to trade here. We're going to sell metal, transplutonics, and I think we'll launch a raid while we're here. We just need fuel really, and we've got a pretty full cargo hold, so I think that's the only thing to go for. Oh, almost 2,000 units of fuel, pretty good. Let's avoid this patrol and jump out. So we've got about 10-15 minutes left in this session. There's a couple of jailbreaks I'd like to attempt, although one of them we need to buy a lot more marines first. We will deliver these heavy armaments before we run out of time. We've learned our lesson there. So we're jumping into Tlacan, or however you're supposed to pronounce that. Now we've jumped into the middle of a bunch of patrols, which is pretty silly. Luckily they seem to be going after some pirates, and they don't seem to have noticed us, which is great. And the rest of these fleets here are mercantile convoys, so that's what you call a lucky break. Okay, let's come in here, deliver the armaments. Now we could sell some of these armaments for a pretty good price. We're not going to do all of it, just half I think. Drugs are going pretty cheap here and are selling expensive in Umbra, so we'll pick up what they've got. And we'll pick up marines, but I don't think we're going to find 1500 Marines in time to do that second jailbreak. So we're probably going to have to leave that one. There's an officer here, he's steady and he has target analysis skills, so we'll definitely hire him. And we will finally go ahead and level up some of our officers. As I say, I always tend to go for the more generic skills, which I think are useful on all craft. Things like damage control, target analysis, shield modulation, gunnery implants, anything which improves damage or reduces the damage taken. And then you don't have to worry too much about which officers are in which ships, because I just cannot be faffed with that. Okay. So we're going to head to the other hegemony world after doing another raid. And I think we're just going to try and get some more drugs, because we're going to try and sell drugs in Umbra. So the more we can get now, the more profit we'll make from that. Oh, okay, well we just doubled our haul of drugs. And we're going to head off to the second hegemony world, see if we can do the same thing there. Maybe find some more Marines. There's a few patrols we want to avoid on the way. They didn't see us, which is pretty good. There's another bigger patrol there, also didn't see us. So let's see if we can head into Aztlan. So they have a few Marines, but not enough. They have another Pirate Falcon, which I'm gonna get. But we don't have any weapons to outfit it with yet, so we're just gonna mothball that until we get back to Canny. We'll do another raid. Oh, they've got a pristine nanoforge and some good blueprints probably, but we don't have the Marines yet to take them out. So I think we'll leave that. We've got a full cargo hold and a full fuel tank, so there's no point doing another raid anyway. But it's good to know that Aztlan has that pristine nanoforge, which I think I will want at some point. So when we can take on this Star Fortress, then we'll need less Marines. So hopefully we will soon have the capability to take on that Star Fortress and then raid that planet and take what we want. So we're going to try again to take on one of these scavenging fleets and see if they do have anything useful. Mod specs, blueprints, anything they might have found in the outer systems. So it looks like they're actually going to face us for a head-on fight, which is always more fun. We'll send our faster frigates and destroyers out to try and capture as many of these control points as possible so we can deploy more ships. We do seem to have lost our Afflictor at some point, I've just realised. I'm not too sure when we lost that. Inflictor's the phase frigate that I do think is good fun to pilot. It's just the most irritating ship to fight against, and it can be pretty devastating even up to kind of cruiser level targets. There's an enforcer here, he's kind of isolated. Can we move in and kill him? Oh, 2 Reapers will do the job. Now, their biggest ships are a Dominator and an Apogee. I kind of think the Dominator is the more dangerous of the two. Especially if you get in front of it. The Apogee, I've never been a huge fan of the Apogee, I just think the way its weapon mounts are organised makes it quite difficult to use. Now we're right in the face of this Dominator, which is not the best place to be, but with a number of ships surrounding it, we're able to get around it. It's now being overloaded and destroyed very quickly. The Apogee is the only threat left. This gunship's not going to last very long at all. Down he goes. So they have a Falcon left, and this Apogee. We're just going to vent flux. And we will try and get in, or the rest of our craft are blocking this a little bit. Oh, he went down nice and quick. We will head off to this Falcon. Oh, I seem to have lost an engine. And that explosion almost killed me, so we have to be a bit more careful. Should have brought my shields up when I saw it was about to explode. The Sunder is going to go down pretty quickly to Sunders of our own. We will move in and just make sure of it. Antimatter blasters. Reapers both miss, but he gets killed by the other Sunder. Now we will pursue their freighters, but I'm going to get my 2IC to handle it. You've probably seen enough of me destroying freighters. And they had nothing useful, once again. A few weapons, but nothing too spectacular. Not sure it's worth taking on those fleets. Anyway, let's head off to Umbra, and we will sell these drugs that we've acquired. And Umbra is also the only place really where we're going to find substantial numbers of Marines that we can buy. So we will pick them up. Get rid of the weapons. Sell these drugs. There's actually a few more Marines we can buy here, which I didn't grab the first time. And supplies are going for a good price here. We have quite a lot of them, so I'm going to sell maybe 1,000 supplies. And we'll pick up some cheaper ones elsewhere. Let's see if they have any jobs for us. This guy wants me to pick up some ore for him, which I'm going to do just for the rep. And then we'll jump out. So we will head off back to locale habitat where we started the session to pick up that ore. And I don't think we have to do anything with it. I think that's just all they want to do. Yeah, so we get the rep and we can immediately sell the ore. It doesn't have any value for us and it just takes up space. We can get a few more Marines. Not many. Okay, and we jump out again. So we're going to head west and have a look at these Persean League worlds. One of them we invaded, but it seems to have been taken back, which is a bit of a shame. But we're being pursued. The main reason we've come here is just to see if we can do some raiding, get some more supplies, and maybe find some Marines on sale. This little guy is pursuing us, and he's not going to give up. So I'm tempted to let him go. But then I thought, well, why do that? Why we could just send our second in command to kill him with a bunch of frigates. Actually, he only killed 3 of their ships, but I think that'll do. Just to make sure they know not to mess with us. And for some reason, the Freedom Council has declared war on us, which is a bit of a shame. I was hoping to stay on the good side of the Sindrian dictator, at least for a while. But that's not to be. So now everybody hates us except the Luddic Path and pirates who only dislike us. And we will hopefully be able to rectify that before long. But that was the idea for this playthrough, was to, you know, not really be free to go many places without risk. So there's a special task group around this station, so we're going to head off to this other one. We had to do a bit of flying around to avoid patrols. But we are now hopefully going to be able to get in there. Looks like there was a rebellion at locale habitat, but it failed, which is good. The pirate government has maintained control. We seem to have lost a little bit of rep with the pirates, and I'm not too sure why that was. I don't really know why we're losing rep. Okay, these guys are trying to chase me. We can escape from their radar range. Hopefully we can go dark. Oh no, he's going to see us again. Okay, let's see if we can fly all the way around again. And I don't think he knows where we are now. Oh no, he's seen me once more. Okay, this may be a bit of a waste of time, but we're going to try one more time. If we can send them on a wild goose chase, then we should be able to drop into Madeira Station. And okay, we can't do any trading, but we can do a raid. So we're just going to pick up some supplies to replace the ones we sold. Okay, 1,500 supplies, pretty good haul. Let's leave before they kill us. And we're going to fly off back to Umbra. I'm just going to skip that journey because it was uneventful. We will pick up additional Marines. 1,500 Marines, 1,700 Marines, it's just not quite enough. So unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to do both of those jailbreaks. Supplies are still expensive here, so we will make a bit of profit on them. And let's see if they have any other jobs. An operative. This is the first operative we've come across, and I've not really got much of a clue as to what they can do, so I'm going to hire this guy. And we can go to talk to him and see. Okay, he has missions he can do for us. He's currently a level 1 operative, so I guess if he gets experience he can level up. Okay, what actions can he do? He can travel, raise relations. Ooh, okay, I think we'll do that. So he can raise our relationship with the pirate world, I'm guessing, because that's where he is. He's in a pirate world. We can spend a story point to make sure that he succeeds and doesn't get detected. Okay, we'll do that. Hopefully that will be a significant jump, and then we will be able to get back to our main mission of conquering the Persean League a little bit faster. We won't have to do quite so many of these odd jobs. So we only have 1,700 Marines, we need 2,500. I don't think we're going to find 800 Marines in the time available. So actually, I'm not going to bother going and looking for any more right now. I'm going to go and do the jailbreak in Zagat. That's correct. Yeah. The only needs 450 Marines. We'll do that one, and we'll see how we do. I don't think we're going to have time to do the second one. So, arriving at Zagat, we're going to jump in right next to the world we need, and we'll just go straight in and get this prisoner out. Because I have to remember, we have to get him back in time as well. We're going to steal a bit of fuel while we're here, and then I think at the beginning of the next session we will drop this guy back home where he belongs. But for now, we're going to put in a cut. That's an hour, and I don't want to make these sessions too long. So I think we will finish there. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.